Fog. A thick cloud of tiny water droplets suspended in the atmosphere at or near the Earth's surface, which obscures or restricts visibility. A state or cause of perplexity or confusion. Mental fog is when your mind is clouded by perplexity, confusion, worry, uncertainty, or fear. In case you feel your mind is fogged with such unwanted thoughts and emotions, the first thing you would need to do before anything else would be to defog your mind. Until you do that, no amount of help from others, money, or even force will be able to change the state of your mind. The mind of a person who is in agreement with his or her surroundings is at peace. Therefore, the primary step toward defogging your mind would be to first come to terms with the situation that is troubling you, at least temporarily. On the other hand, the mind of a person who has not come to terms with his or her situation goes through emotions such as fear, anger, angst, hate, envy, or greed. Humans usually adopt either of the two common ways to resolve this problem. 1. Either you sell your soul, your mind, your heart, and your whole self to a cult, religion, or individual and be their slave until the end of your life. Or you learn the art of mastering your mind, become liberated and totally empowered to bravely face, handle, and even benefit from the worst of situations in life. All actions of humans are fueled by various kinds of drives that keep them going. However, they can all be classified under two prime or core drives. The two core drives in people are 1. The drive to survive. 2. The drive to be happy. This includes the drive to avoid all things that can cause unhappiness. The only goal of a person at the time of being under the influence of the first drive is to survive. If a man who is starving to death had a choice between a piece of bread and an expensive car, he would naturally go for the piece of bread and not for the car. It is a person who has overcome the drive to survive by being fed and feeling healthy and with all bare necessities met, who starts spending time and energy powered by his second drive, which is to seek pleasure and happiness. A person who is under stress caused by the first drive and is either starving or finds their very existence in danger would be more than willing to sacrifice their values, principles, honor, or any other thing that might have been of great importance to them only in order to survive. Comparing humans and animals, we could say that animals also have two drives. However, they are not survival and happiness, but are survival and procreation. What is important to note is that the second drive in humans that causes them to look for happiness and pleasure is the prime cause of mental pain, anguish, and all other kinds of mental suffering. It stems from wanting to possess what one does not have and also from trying to become what one is not. It can be summed up to mean that the second drive originates from a person's inability or unpreparedness to come to terms with something, some person, or multiple persons, or with some situation. When one does not get something or does not receive a certain manner of behavior from another person, it immediately disturbs their peace of mind because they are not in agreement with the situation. One of the main teachings in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita is to perform work but with no attachments to the result, or by renouncing agency or the ownership for one's action. Shloka 1849. Those who are self-controlled, non-attached, and are free from desires attain the highest state of freedom from reaction through the act of renunciation. A basic fact that most people either forget or comfortably overlook is that every desire is bound to end in pain. It could be either due to not attaining what one desires or due to some inevitable separation from the desired object after having achieved it. It is the same with attachment too. Any person or object to which one is attached will certainly be separated from them someday in the future. This could occur at least due to the destruction or the deaths of the objects of attachment. It does sound sad, but then that is reality, and coming to terms with reality would be a sensible thing to do. A person who is unattached and is not controlled by emotions always remains rock steady and is at peace at all times. That is a state of mind that needs to be the goal of a true seeker. There can be nothing higher than such a mental disposition, which forms one of the prime objectives of studying the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna asks Krishna, Shloka 254. Arjuna Vacha Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadhihi kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. Arjuna said, what is a man, O Keshava, who is steady in samadhi or self-realization called? How does such a man talk? How does he sit? And how does he walk? Shloka 255. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadochyate. Sri Bhagavan Krishna said, the one who gives up all desires, Arjuna, and has his mind in a pure state of the soul is called a sthita prajna, or a man of steady consciousness. The moment you comprehend that it is not anything outside of you creating everything around you, but rather it is your own mind that is doing so, you will experience not only immediate peace, but also empowerment. Empowerment because you will realize that there is none other than you whose every thought, word and deed shape your life. Realizing that there is no external force that affects you, you will be at the helm of your grand voyage through life again. The Srimad Bhagavad Gita can also be called a systematic study of the human mind and other important subjects such as human nature, courageousness, management principles, social responsibility, good values and virtues, and above all, the natural law of cause and effect, also known as karma. Strive to amass more of the greatest wealth of positive karma. The analogy of war in the scripture is the most suitable one for the everyday life of people in which their minds are under the control of positive and negative thoughts that make it extremely difficult to make choices, let alone the right ones. There are no religious rites, rituals, pilgrimages, temple visits, social or gender discrimination, or any other such things taught in the scripture. Neither are there commandments or other divine rules in it. In fact, in the final chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna asks Arjuna to fully reflect on all that he has taught him and to act per his own wish. It is truly unfortunate that most people, in spite of being in dharmic families, do not make even the slightest attempt to read this life-changing book. And those who do go to the extent of opening the book and beginning to read it do not manage to cross the first few pages. In truth, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita is one that a seeker could read hundreds of times and yet find something new in it every time he or she reads it. However, the most important requirement is the first time that one reads it, or at least understands the essence of the book for the first time in their life. Whatever be your method of learning, or whoever be your guru, capturing the essence of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita before delving deep into it would do you great good. Actually, you can start applying the philosophy in your life starting from day one. There are some who spend more time and energy trying to learn the shlokas of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita by heart. That is certainly a wonderful thing to do, but knowing the shlokas by heart would have a greater effect on the seeker who knows what they mean. The solution is here. Capture the essence. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a short book which is easy to read and comprehend. It has been created to enable and make it easy for people to take the first step of opening their minds to Vedanta through the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The book is available in both Kindle as well as paperback versions. Get your copy and let the sun of Vedanta rise in your heart, mind, and soul. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.